one thing that I learned from working in the Cube was the minute that I had folks working with me or for me, I always felt that you empower people by stressing what they're good at. And that is the biggest leadership learning that I took away from my time and my experience. A quick story that I had a manager who believed that the lowest man on the totem pole's job was to carry all the client books. I thought that was something that was very disrespectful and just not, current with how we are supposed to treat people today. And so for me, it was always with respect and empathy, you focus on what people can bring and contribute. And that's what I try to do in all my group efforts and all my team projects.
My biggest lesson learned is just appreciate the knowledge in your organization. There are so many people that know a ton about the business you're in. You obviously know a lot, but I think it's not until you sit down with each of those people who sort of specialize in the various areas to transfer that knowledge to you when necessary that you can really sort of bring the entire organization to bear in solving a problem.
One of the biggest leadership learnings really comes down to just basic interpersonal skills. Usually at lower levels in organizations, you get stuff done because of your ability to influence rather than any sort of technical authority or position power that you have. So despite the fact that you come out of business school and you're very, very smart, you're usually going to be dealing with people who have been in the organization for a very, very long time, have seen lots and lots of years of new MBAs coming into the organization, and who don't necessarily want to help you if you don't treat them with a lot of respect.
Stay humble, but also do really good work. If someone gives you an area to focus on, be an expert in that area. Go as deep as possible. I think the temptation is to, widen the lens a little bit, at least initially, because all of us really want to see all the moving pieces. But I think there's definitely value in being an expert in an area, going really deep, while at the same time obviously knowing the role you play, but really being an expert in that area so that you can bring that to bear.
Respect. If you're working for people that don't give you the respect you deserve, it's not always easy to kind of step up and demand respect. You have to work yourself there and be patient with that. But if you have folks that are working for you or that you're managing, just remember the best way is to give respect, and then you'll get it back. And if you empower people and not worry so much about taking credit for yourself, you can really launch yourself into a very
Try to find something that you love about your job. The best advantage in the world is liking your job better than the next person. The key is to focus on the positive stuff and find something to learn. So one of the things that I think is really important is providing the right amount of feedback and guidance for your subordinates. This is important at a high level in an organization or at a low level in an organization. You don't want to be hovering over people, helping them all the time, or they don't grow. On the other hand, you need to be there for them to keep them from getting stuck, and providing feedback and batting down the barriers for them at times. I remember a boss of mine who intended to do this but had trouble executing. He didn't bother you on a day-to-day basis, but he had weekly one-on-ones that he was pretty religious about. The problem was that when you went to a one-on-one with him, he frequently fell asleep. It's really awkward to be one-on-one with somebody in a room when they're asleep. What do? Sneak out? Wake them up? Not really clear, but always awkward.